லைவோட இது இங்கே வந்துச்சுரா சேட்டுக்கு. மெசேஜ் பட்டன் வரும் செக் பண்ணு. ஐபாட் வந்தது வெல்கம் பண்ணுது. வேற என்ன இதை போட்டால் அதுக்கு பண்ண மாட்டேங்குது. மட்டும் ரெட்டப்போ ஆனால் இது எனக்கு கேட்கவே இல்லையா, அது என்ன பண்ணுறது? ரைட்டு சரி பார்ப்போம்.
Traveling to other worlds is all that anyone seems to be writing about these days. Goodness knows what they find so disappointing about their own world. மெசேஜ்லாம் ஆஃப் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஏதோ பண்ணாங்க, செட்டிங்ஸில் ஏதோ இருக்குது, அதை வச்சு ஆஃப் பண்ணாங்க. ரொம்ப பிளாக்காக இருக்கா? Personally, I think the idea of things staying the same forever is quite beautiful. Oh, but alas, that is simply not the way the world works.
செட்டிங்ஸில் மேப் செட்டிங்ஸில் இந்த இதுதான் காட்டு தெரியுமா, இதை ஆஃப் பண்ணலாங்க. நம்ம மெசேஜ் தவிர மிச்சலாம் இது தெரியுமா? ஆமாம், ஏதோ ஒரு செட்டிங்ஸில் ஆஃப் பண்ணலான்னு நான் அது எப்படின்னு தெரியல. என்ன பண்ணுறாங்கன்னா இதுக்கிட்ட பேசணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் பக்கத்தில் அதை வச்சிடுறாங்கன்னா, அது பேசுறது பதில் அங்கே லைக்கு போட்டுனுக்குது எல்லாத்துக்கும். வருது இங்கே அந்த மெசேஜ் வந்து எனக்கு வந்து படிச்சு இது பண்ண மாட்டேங்குது.
Looks like you get what you pay for, huh? Paimon likes this room a lot.
பார்க்கணும் அது. ஆனால் இங்கே காமெண்ட் செக்ஷனில் பண்ணுறது எல்லாமே வந்து இங்கே வந்தது சேட்டில்.
Yeah! If this were anywhere else, we'd be out investigating and adventuring by now. You're right.
எவ்வளோ நாள் ஆச்சு
No need to push ourselves too hard for no reason. A lot happened on our way into the city. Let's review what we've learned so far and try to figure out what to do next.
பார்த்தேன்.
Obviously, the million more question is, what is this Aritza planning? Everything else leads back to that. Sure was. And so far, we've learned that in addition to the 7 Gnosis, her plan also requires a ton of energy. But we won't get to see her anytime soon. Alosha said that she went east to fight that big monster. It must be a pretty powerful one if it can blanket the whole of Snezhnaya in a snowstorm this awful. To be honest, what we're really lacking right now is information. Paimon can't think of a few people right. And when we left Nagra, so it's unlikely they'd tell us anything confidential about the Tsaritsa's grand plan. Yeah, fair point. Besides, that Glupov place is right nearby. We've got nothing to lose, so it'd be a waste not to go. There's gotta be someone there willing to talk to us, right? Maybe Arlecchino or Sindrone? Or possibly Tartaglia. But it's unlikely we could sweet talk our... Yeah, the last time was all the way back in Fontaine, right? Too bad we missed him in Nodcry. Apparently, he came to help out.
Hello. Is there a traveler in Paimon in there?
That's Alosha. Come here.
Hello, I'm Dr. Luneva. Alosha mentioned that one of you is feeling a little under the weather. I see. So you're my...
Good question. Paimon's not too sure either, but she's definitely not the same kind of fae as the ones we saw at the train station.
Not exactly. It's just... But don't worry. I do have some experience treating fae.
It'll be fine. Paimon's basically the same as a human, right? We're no different when it comes down to it, are we?
சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணா உடனே ஃபாலோவர்னு இருக்குது என்னன்னு தெரியல. சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணாலும் வரும். சும்மா நார்மலாக போட்ட வரல, நைட் பாட்டு வெல்கம் பண்ணுதா, அது ஹாய் மெசேஜ் போட்டதுன்னா வெல்கம் பண்ணுது. இல்லை ரிட்டர்ன் திரும்ப வரல. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் என்ன மெசேஜ் போட்டால் மட்டும் அது வருது.
Now, please take a seat. Okay, vital signs are good. Test results are all with... I can give you some medicine to tide you over if you find yourself with a persistent low...
Sounds like there's no cause for alarm.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're very welcome. Just doing my job. I'll leave you in...
Take care. You heard the doctor. Best you rest up here.
All right, then. Guess we've got no choice. Let's just treat it as a short vacation.
I have to get back to it. If you need it, hey, no big deal. You saved my life in the Shadow Realm.
All right, time to find Child and see what he can tell me.
இது வெப்பன் லெவல் அப் பண்ணுறதுமே வந்து ஸ்டாச் ஆஃப் சானில் போயிட்டு இது பண்ணாலே வந்து டெவலப் பண்ணுறது லெவல் 90 வரைக்கும் போட்டுடலாம் இந்த அப்டேட்லேயே. ஆனால் வந்து இந்த ரேங்க் 6 இது வந்து R2 R2 வரைக்கும் இல்லை R3 வரைக்கும் எடுத்துருவோம். வெப்பன் எந்த இதில் தராங்க? இந்த கோர்ஸ்லாம் முடிச்சா ஜர்னல்னு சொல்லிட்டு வச்சுட்டு நேற்று தான் கிளைம் பண்ணேன். ஒரு 30 நாள் கிளைம் பண்ணேன்.
Hold on. Please display your invitation letter or permit. Glupov does not accept meeting requests without a prior appointment. You'll have to apply per the advertised booking. Might I ask who you're hoping to visit? Another one who thinks the rules don't apply to them. I don't understand why people think they can just talk their way in here. You don't... But I have to go through the motions for protocol's sake. Honestly, it's such a waste of... Wait a moment. I'll pass on your message. If Child is... Lord Child is a busy man. He's probably not in Glupov at the present. Even if you two are old friends as you claim, please understand that the Fatui Harbingers are often busy with their official duties. Next time, stick to the rules. You'll make life easier for both of us, Greetings, Lady Marionette.
I'll take care of our guest here. It's his first time in Snezhnaya, so it's no surprise that he doesn't know the rules yet. I trust no choice words have been exchanged. No misunderstandings I should be aware of.
No, Lady Marionette. No incidents to report. Whew. That was a close call. Good thing I...
Is that right? Good to know. Wait, where's Paimon? Under the weather? That's hard to imagine. She's always buzzing with energy. I take it she's still adapting to the climate. Happens to a lot of people. It's even colder here than in Nodcry. Has she seen a doctor? I can get you one if you need. All right then. Well, let me know if you run into... Why else? And, as obnoxious as it may be to show up uninvited at Glupov, I couldn't help but take pity on the poor soul who was waiting outside in vain. Well, I felt our time working together in Nodcry warranted some... Unfortunately, I can't invite you inside either. The rules of Glupov wouldn't allow it, and as a harbinger, I have to lead by example. On the plus side, Snezhnograd actually has some class, unlike Nasha Town. Torchlight Books has a very nice selection of teas and your treat, of course. Because I already wasted one perfectly... I've ordered for the both of us. No objections, I assume. Okay, let's get down to business. Wanna take a guess? Of course you'd say that's right. I'm sure you've heard of the Snezhnograd Vetcha. They'll be discussing yet another extension to Yeah, he's more of the shoot first, ask questions later sort, isn't he? It all started with a very detailed letter that Capitano left for the jester, Piero, before leaving for Natlan. In that letter, he detailed the future arrangements for his subordinates. All of his key people were reassigned to Tartaglia. I guess he'd already prepared to leave us for good all the way back then. But Piero didn't reveal the contents of the letter until the events in Natlan had concluded. That was his reaction, too. Why me? With a bewildered look on his face. He'd always assumed Capitano looked down on him. He was a man who kept his thoughts to himself and barely spoke to him the whole time they'd known each other. But he occasionally brought Tartaglia along to my tea parties back in the day. So to the rest of us, it was... By the rest of us, I mean my tea party regulars. Arlecchino, Rosaline, and... Actually, not Columbina. She was probably oblivious to it. Anyway, then the Liu-S situation happened. Normally, it took a lot to get under Capitano's skin, but that time he was furious. It's not really my place to talk about it, though. Basically, Tartaglia probably had the wrong idea about Capitano all along. Right up until Piero revealed the letter, Capitano believed that despite Tartaglia's immaturity, he showed great potential. Plus, he possessed a kind of purity rarely seen among members of the Fatui. Yeah, it's one of the few things that I'd agree those two have in common. But there's one other reason why Capitano chose Tartaglia to assume command of his troops. He knew that after he was gone, several of the others would swoop in on his army like vultures, with the ones who stood to benefit the most being the rooster Pulcinella and Regrator Pantalone. Once they divided Capitano's troops between them, they'd be more powerful than ever. No one would be able to... So, you can see why Capitano chose to hand that letter to Piero, right? Exactly. Piero also needed to back a Harbinger as soon as possible. And, all things considered, Tartaglia was the best choice. Even though Tartaglia has had the support of Northland Bank for a long time, he and Pantalone are ultimately not cut from the same cloth. I'd say Capitano made a good judgment call. Anyone else caught in this situation would probably feel like they'd been... His best course of action will be to distance... What's the point in having a tea party if you don't spill a little tea? Besides, none of this is confidential anyway. Ask any journalist out there. They'll give you all... You'll see it firsthand if you ever sit in on a session of the Snezhnaya Vecha. All the factional strife, whether open or unspoken, it plays out for all to see in that one little room. Having a voice in the Vecha is the only way to steer policies in your favor. Pantalone, for instance, represents the financial sector, and Tartaglia represents the Fatui soldiers. Personally, I have no interest in political jousting, but since I have a number of engineers and researchers under my command, I have to make their voices heard. Then there's Pulcinella, the linchpin of the Vecha. He represents politics itself. Everything involves him, so nothing can bypass him. Any issue that comes up, he knows how to mediate. That's what the Tsaritsa values most about him.
I'm starting to see why everyone is so frustrated with the way things are, but also powerless. A complex web of interests connects all parties involved, and the Tsaritsa sitting at the top adds another layer of complexity. It must be near...
All right, I'm done carrying this conversation. You must have known that you can get the info you needed from me. So why was Tartaglia the first person you asked to see and not me? Huh? Jealous? As if. Wait. Oh, I think I know what it is. Columbina passed on my message to you before you left Not Cry, right? I only meant you should be mindful of which side you're on. Is that actually why you didn't ask for me? Because you took that to heart? You... fair enough. It's not your fault. I blame all these politicians I've been hanging around with lately. Always beating about the bush when they talk. Anyway, just ask for my help next time, okay? Little things like this are no problem.
Lady Marionette.
What now? Can't you see I'm on my break? Whatever it is, just leave it on my desk. I'll look at it later.
Sorry to disturb you during your break, ma'am, but I'm afraid it's an emergency.
Isn't it always? I've told you before, fixing the tracks and transporting ice blocks does not constitute an emergency.
The equipment in Svietlo-Laidovka is in urgent need of maintenance. With how the weather's been recently, we suspect that the cause is a buildup of snow, exceeding the maximum weight limit. The supports on one of the machines broke and fell, awakening a dormant beast and leaving many of the ice miners trapped in a nearby ice cave. Luckily, Odette's team was nearby and launched a rescue operation, but we're still facing a severe manpower shortage for both the rescue and engineering teams.
I guess that's it then. Our tea party will have to end here. I'm the only engineer you'll need. Do you actually want to come with, or are you just saying that? Nice of you to return the favor. I'll have a couple of people look after Paimon. They can let her know that you had to step out for a while. Given how urgent this, and honestly, I'd rather have your help than anyone else's. Between your skills and experience, then let's go. You, take 2 people to Pavorier restaurant. Find his room. If anything happens to Paimon, you'll be answering to me.
Yes, Lady Marionette.
I always see these non-sentient kitsune pouncing.
They weren't exaggerating. This is really dangerous. It's a good thing only one of them broke. From what I've been told, most of the trapped miners are over in that direction. Yeah, you do that while I check the rest of the equipment. Meet me back here as soon as you're...
Odette meet பண்றாங்கடா. காம்பஸ் இருக்கடா இந்த இதுக்கு. பைமான் இல்லைண்ணா பைமான் வருது. ஓல்டு கஸ்ட் தான் ட்ரிகர் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஆல்டன் குஸ்னா வாய்ஸோடு வரும்.
I have to be getting close.
Don't go any further. It's too dangerous here. There's a highly aggressive monster on the prowl. I see. You're the backup from Snezhnaya. Well, I'm Odette. Good to meet you.
So this is Odette. She was the first member of the Fatui on the scene.
There are 5 people trapped in the cave. Monster type is unknown, and so let's go. Careful. Something's moving.
இது வச்சிருக்காங்க காம்பஸ் இது ரெப்டேஷன் கோஸ்ட் இருக்கா கோஸ்ட்க்கு இல்லன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் இல்ல ரெப்டேஷன் ஒரு மாதிரி ட்ரையாங்கிள் ஷேப்ல இருக்கும்ல அவன் இங்க எங்கனா இருக்கான்னு தெரியல
This must be the monster's shadow. Looks like a tough opponent.
Stay back!
ப்ரொஜெக்டர் மாதிரி பார்த்தா
Shadow I see them. They're right behind the monster. The monster seems very agitated. It could attack at any moment. Let's make the first move. Let's begin.
Here! Thunderclap!
Waltz of the snowflakes. Together. Pirouette. Witness the snow swan's grace.
Take this! Lightning slash! Halloween thunder!
Thank you for saving us. We'd have been monsters.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You should be safe now. Follow this route out.
Thank you. Come on, let's go. This way.
I've searched the area. Pretty sure the monster made a tactical retreat. Yeah, but with us here, it may be small, but don't be fooled. It's a ferocious... It's lucky we got the trapped miners have been successfully evacuated.
Wait, this place... There's some...
What is that?
I don't know. It's back?
Guess it has family. This way. Run!
லேட்டாகவும் நினச்சேன். ஃபஸ்ட்டு போய் எத்தனை ஸ்கெட்ச் அவசரம் நல்லா பண்ணி வச்சுருக்கேன். 1 2 3 பண்ணலாம். எவ்வளோ பண்ணுறது தான்.
There's still a long road ahead.
இன்னும் வரல அப்கிரேட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு. இன்னும் எதனா முடிக்கணுமா என்ன?
அது வந்து அப்டேட் பண்ண போகிறதுனால
புரியல.
கேட்ச் ஆப் 7ல் போய் அதில் அப்டேட் பண்ணுற மாதிரி இருக்கும்.
சாப்பிட்டு பார்த்து தான் நின்றுக்கிறேன்.
அது வந்து கொஸ்டெல்லாம் முடிக்கணும் போல ப்ரோ. இன்னும் 20 லெவல் தான் போட முடியும்.
ஆஹா இது பண்ணலாம். ஸ்டாச் ஆஃப் 7 எத்தனை அன்லாக் பண்ணியிருக்கியோ அதுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி இது பண்ணலாம். இது எப்படி அப்டேட் பண்ணுறதுன்னு கேட்குறேன்.
ஓ அந்த இது ஆன் பண்ணுறதா ட்ரிகர் பண்ணுறதா? அது ஸ்கில் அமுத்துங்க.
இல்லை
கேட்ச் ஆஃப் 7 முன்னாடி போய் வந்து ஸ்கில் அமுத்துங்க.
மாசமாக தம்பி நார்மலாக ஸ்கில்லு போட்டால் எப்படி போகுது அப்படியே தான் போகுது.
இல்லை ஒரு வாட்டி ஸ்டாச் ஆஃப் 7 கிட்ட போய் இது பண்ணுங்க.
உள்ள இல்லை
இல்லையா?
ஆஹா
இந்த இடத்துல இல்லை ப்ரோ, வேற ஒரு ஸ்டாச் ஆஃப் 7
எந்த இருக்கிற எல்லா ஸ்டாச் ஆஃப் 7லையும் பண்ணலாம். அதாவது ஒரு ஸ்டாச் ஆஃப் 7க்கு ஒன்று ஒரு ஸ்டார்டிங்னால வராதோ.
அங்கே அங்கே அதான் நான் பண்ணேன். அது ஒரு கொஸ்ட் மாதிரி கம்ப்ளீட் ஆச்சு ப்ரோ.
அப்படின்னு கொஸ்ட்டு முடிச்சு அதுக்கப்புறம் அதுவே தான் கொஸ்ட்டு முடிக்கணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் அப்கிரேட் பண்ணுறேன்.
முடிச்சாதான் வரும். எனக்கு அது கொஸ்டாவே வந்துச்சு இதெல்லாம் முடிச்சதுக்கப்புறம்.
Everyone's accounted for. We managed to rescue them all. We also placed a sign. You really held your own today. I still don't think I've seen you before. All right then. See you around. Hello, Lady Marionette.
I hear the rescue operation was a great success. What brings you here, Odette? Here.
No, a Fatui mission. I happened to be nearby and heard the crash.
She hasn't introduced herself then. Odette is the prima ballerina of Snezhnaya. She's quite the celebrity. If you ever hear people mention the 2 crowning jewels of the Korolievsky troupe, they're talking about Odette and the prima donna, Vodianitsa. On top of that, Odette's also a rising Fatui star. It's looking likely she'll inherit the title of the Fair Lady. She learned all her combat skills from Rosaline herself. Used to be one of her most valued subordinates, too.
You flatter me, Lady Marionette.
If she's Rosaline's protege, that makes me... Never mind. There's no need to bring it up. No point making things awkward.
How's progress on your end, Lady Marionette?
Equally successful. I finished reinforcing all the equipment. Took me a little longer without Polonia's help. But the outcome is the same, of course. Even if the heavy snowfall summoned by that monster All right, now that we're done here, it's time to get out of this blizzard. Sure, but Snezhnaya will send someone to investigate and draw up a relief plan. And I guess I'll have to write the incident report myself. First, Pantalone needs to approve the budget. Then Pulcinella has to sign off on the plan. Once they've argued it out and reached a compromise, we can move forward. That's the rough process anyway. Could take anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months, depending on... Yep, nothing we...
The snow has eased a little for now, but there's no telling when that will change with that monster still at large. Fuel for heating is in short supply, and relief is weeks away. There's no immediate threat to life, but still... It just feels like there should be a better...
Hey, quit daydreaming. Let's get... When did you get a new sword?
I found it in a cave. It handles pretty nicely.
You have a strange affinity for second-hand swords. Well, if it isn't Counselor Tartaglia, Mr. Big Shot himself.
Go easy on me, all right? I'm still recovering from the interrogation the real Big Shots put me through. Hey, comrade, it's been too long. I heard you came looking for me earlier. Nicest surprise I've had in a while. Good to see you too, Odette. I'm guessing you guys just got back from Sviatlo-Laidovka. How'd it go? Crisis averted?
It went fine.
How about you? Any new developments?
Not really. Same as ever. Growing opposition to Project Stuzha, and the usual the results of the mock vote were pretty dire. Pulcinella...
That's not good news.
Yeah. Obviously, if push comes to shove, there are ways to crack down on dissent.
Sorry, I have to ask something. This is going to sound blunt, but may I?
Huh? Of course, fire away.
It sounds to me like everyone's tearing their hair out trying to figure out how to deal with opposition to Project Stuzha. But what exactly is this project's purpose? And how can it be so important that even people like you two refuse to stand up for the ordinary people of Snezhnaya?
Interesting. I gotta hand it to you, comrade. You sure don't mince your words.
Excuse him? What does he mean, refuse to stand up for ordinary people?
Oh my gosh. How does he dare speak to the Harbingers like that?
Are you interrogating us now?
It's okay, Sandrone. Let me explain. I think I understand where he's coming from. If I could, I'd take your side right now. In fact, my position's very similar to yours. I've only held back on casting a dissenting vote in the Vecha because the Tsaritsa would never let me get away with it. Still, I have a responsibility to the Fatui armed forces, so I do what I can to make their voices heard. I'm sure you've seen how much those kinds of places are struggling right now. Oh, and for what it's worth, I'm from Arepasak myself. Things aren't going so swell there either. The Tsaritsa wants to create a better, safer future for the people of Snezhnaya, but she's thinking long-term. I don't doubt that from where you're standing, Project Stuzha seems to be creating all sorts of issues for everyone. But considering the Tsaritsa's vision for the future, these are sacrifices worth making. Sounds cold, I know. But I promise it's not as black and white as it seems. Maybe Sandrone and I can't oppose Project Stuzha outright, but we're constantly raising our concerns in Vecha meetings. And even though we can't put an end to it, there are plenty of other ways to make a difference. I respect Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, and trust her decisions. But at the end of the day, I'm still just a normal guy who cares deeply about my homeland. And my family, who all live here. There's no way I would ever abandon—
As contentious as things can get within the Vecha, there's no selfishness or malice behind it. Everyone wants to get through this period as smoothly as possible. The issue is that there's no way of pleasing everyone under the present circumstances. Most of the time, we're trying to decide on the lesser of two evils, which obviously isn't a great look. But that is not the same thing as being blindly loyal to the Tsaritsa. No one's got their head in the sand here. We're all well aware of the way things are. We're just doing our best to make it work.
In fairness to Sandrone, she rushed to Sviatlo-Laidovka's aid the moment she heard that people were in danger. And even Tartaglia, who used to only care about the—
Hey, come on. There's only so much we can say, so don't press us too hard. Look, I know how untenable the Tsaritsa's position looks if you don't understand her motives. Maybe you've heard already, but she's currently leading her army on a campaign to the east to defeat the monster that's been causing these brutal blizzards. Striking that monster down will be a significant step in dealing with the present energy crisis. As laser-focused as she is on realizing her lifelong ambitions, she's still putting time and energy into taking down this power. To me, that says a lot. If she thought Snezhnaya and its people didn't matter... Thanks. I meant every word I said, though.
I still think this adventurer, our two harbingers, have made their positions very clear. But there are many others in the Vecha who must feel trapped and forced to vote. I think it's a very valuable quality to be willing to speak one's mind.
You can say that again.
Forgive me, adventurer. But might I be so bold as...
Oh, haven't you been properly introduced?
Easier said than done. I like to think I'm not the kind of person who goes around busting open people's old wounds.
I've only learned his name so far, and no details of his experiences.
Uh-oh. Is there no avoiding the subject of Rosaline?
No, it's just... All right, I guess there's no getting around it. This is the world-renowned traveler who helped resolve the storm terror threat in Mondstadt, cleaned up after the mess I made in Liyue, and then went to Inazuma, where there was a duel before the throne, in which the traveler defeated Rosaline.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you two would be seeing much of each other, so I figured it wasn't worth bringing up.
It's fine. It was a long time ago. It's fine. Sorry. I just remembered that we have a rehearsal coming up. Please excuse me. I should get going.
I've mentioned this to you before, remember? She was Rosaline's most valued subordinate. But they didn't actually... Not that Rosaline was really the type of person to make friends, but... Death has a way of resolving a lot of conflicts.
Don't let it weigh on you. Like she said, it was a long time ago. It's in the past now. Odette has a very different personality from Rosaline. Give her some time. I'm sure she'll work through it. Oh, by the way, where's Paimon? It's not like her to hide away.
She hasn't been feeling well, so she's resting at Pavorier Restaurant. I got a couple of my people to look after her while we were gone.
Oh, right. Sorry to hear that. Poor thing. Reminds me of when Tonya was little. She really felt the cold back then. Used to get ill all the time. I felt so bad for her seeing her lying in bed, coughing. She was so mature for her age, though. Whenever someone came to visit her, she'd greet them with a smile and would never complain. I'm sure Paimon's a good kid, too. You're a little short on manpower, right? Let me have a couple of my people take over for yours. I'll send my most capable and reliable. They'll make sure Paimon can recover in peace.
Well, that would be great. Your people are more...
Hey, don't mention it. I'm sure you have things to do. Hopefully this takes a load off your mind. So no more accusing me of not being on your side, all right?
Already? That was quick.
I'm afraid I can't help you there. Our director's recent movements are confidential. Even we're not in the loop. If you hadn't told me, I never would have known he'd gone south. I assumed he'd been in Glupov this whole time. Well, I guess I'd better go sort out Paimon's security situation. I have some other work to catch up on.
Me too. I have an incident report to write up. Let's leave it there for now.
I guess everyone's in a difficult position. But Tartaglia's right. I have things to do. To start with, I should ask Alosha if he knows any way to help Svietlo Laidovka.
நியூவா ரெண்டு இது வந்திருக்கு அதை அடிச்சியா ஓப்பன் பண்ணிடுவேன்
Ad Astra Evan. Add Ast.
How strange. This sword seems to be vibrating of its own accord. It's a very faint vibration. Does this sword have some connection to the statue? That place I got this sword from was definitely out of the ordinary. There really is something special about this sword. I don't really understand what just happened, but I'm pretty sure this sword just got a little more powerful. I'll have to try the same thing again when I...
ரெசனேட் பண்ணிட்டா இதுவா மாறிடுது.
Not that I care.
ஆஃப் பண்ணுறோமா பார்க்கலாம். அண்டர் கிரவுண்டா? 60. இது வந்து லேட் ஆகும். இதுக்கு வேணால் போகலாம்.
Right now, right here, right now.
How tiresome. Huh? All that was for this.
Hello there. How can I help? Ah, sure thing. Give me a second. I'll go fetch him.
It's a familiar story. I've had similar experiences. Although Snezhnaya doesn't deliberately delay or withhold relief, those first few days of waiting for help are always the hardest. It's a fundamental contradiction. If emergency relief can't be delivered in time, what's the point in even calling it emergency relief? Not necessarily. I think there's a good chance that Kresny Crystal from Stratomeros will start flowing into the market. When we resolve Stratomeros' a huge backlog of Crystals, a lot of them will probably stockpile it and... Exactly. At the current prices, selling Crystal is an easy way for an ordinary person to make... Hey boss, how much do I have left in my account?
1 second, let me check.
Yeah. I don't know if I have enough, so I'll chip in a little No, it's fine. You're new to...
Here's your Mora. See?
Yeah, well, can't hurt to take a look. Let's see. Huh?
Oh, Alosha, and... Hello?
I didn't realize you two knew each other. Yeah, I take on some odd jobs in the city to supplement my hunting income. Sometimes I work as a cleaner or prop hand at the theater where Odette is one of the big stars. So when the weather's as bad as this, it's better for a hunter to adapt than to keep looking for game.
Yes, and we sometimes need extra help.
Wait, why is the atmosphere so awkward? I thought things went pretty smoothly. So, what brings you here, Miss Odette? Looking for...
No. After I got back to the theater, I couldn't stop thinking about the situation in Svietlolaidovka. It bothered me so much, so I decided I'd come here and see if there's anything I can do. You too, I presume. I suppose that's why you're here. I didn't feel comfortable expressing my true opinions in front of the Harbingers. Not least because ordinary Fatui like me don't even know what Project Stuja is all about. Without knowing the full picture, I can't make sense of it. And at some point, if things aren't making sense to me, I can't just keep going along with it.
So many people feel the same way. They wish they could do something, but all kinds of reservations hold them back. Explains why groups like the Rokot are springing up to fill the gap.
Yes. Well, that's one option. But there are risks to consider with organizations like that. The Fatui does not encourage their activities.
Right, because things can get out of hand, and it's hard to hold the right people accountable when they do. I've heard about a few cases like that.
Sandrone said Odette was on track to inherit the title of the Fair Lady. If so, she'll be able to find out what Project Stuja is really about. Still, it's probably a little soon to ask her about that. There may be more to the story.
What's on your mind? I think we can both agree that no matter which side you're on, it can't stop you from doing the right thing. Where there's a will, there's a way. I know what Rosaline did while she was abroad. You made the right decision, so no hard feelings. So, what's your plan?
Oh, we were gonna buy some Crystal. I heard there's some on the market right now.
Funny. I had the same idea. The real issue here is that government relief is behind schedule. Surely it makes more sense for the state to cover these costs than for us to pay out of our own pockets.
True. It's a huge expense after all.
Let me see. I'll take it all, please. And I'll be needing a receipt. Right. Choose mission budget under the expense category, but be sure to specify emergency rescue operation in the description. Otherwise, the normal reimbursement limit will apply. Let's book this train. Regulations say that if we need to transport Kresnik... that should do it. The train will be escorted to its destination by Fatui guard.
This is my first time seeing you handle Fatui affairs, Miss Odette. It's...
You flatter me. It's only because I've been doing both, my...
Anyway, I bet you've been non-stop today, am I right?
What's wrong?
His travel buddy hasn't been feeling well. She caught a cold right after they got to Snezhnaya.
Sounds like she's important to you. I can't believe you've been dealing with this on top of everything you've been doing to help the people of Snezhnaya.
I've got nothing going on right now, so I'll join you. I want to see how she's doing.
May I come too? I have some candy that someone gave me back in Svietlolaidovka. Plus, I know a little bit about...
All right, then. I still don't know what the deal is between these two, but at least the tension seems to have vanished. A good sign.
Hello. Sorry, but there's a sick person recovering in this room. Can I help you?
What happened?
Oh, please, excuse me. Are you the traveler? Ah, it's really you. Sorry for the inconvenience. At the same time, we can't interfere with Podvoye Restaurant's business. That would only seem all the more suspicious and draw unwanted attention. Besides myself, a few of my colleagues are stationed in and around the restaurant.
I didn't expect such a high standard of protection.
Well, Master Child handpicked us for this special assignment. We're not about to let Anyway, I won't keep you any longer.
Hi, I'm Odette. The Traveler and I crossed paths a few times.
Another friend from the Fatui, huh? You're practically a member yourself by this point. Paimon's definitely on the mend. We should be back to our usual travels in a few days' time. Seems like that doctor was right. It's just... Paimon's limbs are still feeling a little chilly.
I have just the thing.
What's this? Is that a flame inside an ice cube? Wait, is this real ice? How's it not melting? And how does the fire keep on burning?
All keen observations. You're right. This is called core ignis. Whenever I've caught a cold in the past, I found I recover much more quickly if I place this by my bed.
Awesome! Wow! It's so nice and warm! Your name was Odette, right?
Looks like she's in pretty good spirits. That's really any progress with your investigation yet? No surprises there, I'm sure. They're not likely to let anything slip. The Rokat, huh? Let me think. Members of the Rokat keep their true identities hidden, but leave it with me. Meet me at the Korolevsky troop tomorrow, and I'll...
Would anyone like a drink? I'm gonna head to...
Paimon will have... maybe stand up with a secret chat, you two? Let's catch up properly in a minute. Paimon wants to know everything that's happened today. It'll be kind of like Tabletop Troop. No reason why listening to a story can't be an adventure.
Buy some more clothes?
Can I get you anything?
Pick up the pace. Come on, keep up.
Ah, you made it. I'll have to wait until after the show, though. Happy to stay and watch? I doubt you've seen the Korolevsky troupe on stage before. Pleasure.
Please present yourself for a routine inspection in accordance with theater regulations. Thank you.
Is that guy with the Fatui?
Okay, all done. Thank you for...
What's up? Everything okay? Snezhnaya's business and political leaders are always passing through here, so it makes sense that security is tight. Still, it's a little unusual to see the Fatui's Armory Palace guard here. You saw him, right? The guy right at the back. Strong, silent type. His name's Valeri. He's part of the Special Assignments Battalion, but I only ever see him here for one thing. To look for a guy, supposedly a researcher, though he never seems to put much time in at the office. But that's not for us to worry about. Let's go. The show's about to start. What do you think? Pretty impressive, huh? Oh, the one in Fontaine? I hear it's iconic. Never seen it from... Here we are, just in time. Sorry, coming through.
If you're gonna show up late, keep your mouth shut.
What's his problem? Whatever.
Look, there she is. That's who I'm introducing you to later. She's the lead singer of the troupe, Vodyanitsa. What do you think? Oh, the one in... Here we are, just in time.
If you're gonna show up late, keep your mouth shut.
What's his problem?
Look, there she is. This leads directly to the green room. There are... Hey there.
Can you believe it? I'm so mad right now.
Oh, it's you two.
Huh? You know each other? Oh, wait. Is this who you were telling me about? The one you met yesterday and couldn't stop thinking about?
I never said that.
Yes, you did. Why are you denying it? It was right before I went on that rant about the moody factory owner. Oh, I remember it so clearly.
Might I ask what brings you two here?
Oh, I just brought him here to see the show. And when it finished, he was full of praise for Vodeni's performance. So I thought I'd try my luck. See if we could get the chance to chat for a bit.
You work here. You of all people ought to know that's against the rules. It's not with the...
Oh, what's the big deal? Come on, don't be shy. I can give you an autograph. You can take a picture too if you want.
Do as you please. I finished all my shows for the day. I'll leave you to chat.
I wasn't making that stuff up, you know. Odette's just too proud to admit it. She thinks very highly of you. And so do I. You did the right thing in Svetlana.
We're good. Odette's out of earshot. I'll lock the door. Confidentiality, of course. The Rokat is very strict on that.
Whoa, Alosha! Not out loud! Not with an outsider here!
Relax, I've taken care of it. Look at this.
The President's reply sent this morning. Wait, so he's been approved to join?
You told me last night that you wanted to get intel from the Rokat. Unfortunately, Rokat intel is only up ever since you set foot in Snezhnaya. We've been working together. I've seen the way you work, your character, everything about you is perfectly in alignment. I wrote a letter to the President explaining your situation. Of course, it's still your decision whether you want to join or not. We'll respect your choice.
Well, assuming not still, you gave me a real fright. I didn't know that's why you came looking for me. So, that stuff you said about admiring my performance, was that just because Odette was here? Now you're talking? That's what I like to hear.
Anyway, let me give you a quick rundown of how things work. Like I said, the Rokat is a covert organization, and we hot members typically don't meet in person or even know each other's identities. This helps us maintain a high level of... Because of this, members are basically free to decide their methods without constraints, so long as the outcome of any activity doesn't violate the organization's...
After all, we don't have any ostensible contact with each other. This way, if anything goes wrong, no one else will be implicated.
Beyond the freedom to choose how you operate, it's also your choice whether to act at all. We have plenty of members who have yet to take any action. In short, joining the Rokat in and of itself won't place any restrictions on your activity in Snezhnaya. There's a code of conduct you can read if it interests you. But basically, as long as you don't plan on using your anonymity to go around doing evil, you'll be fine.
I've tried reading it 5 or 6 times. Never made it all the way through. Even the most lackluster script makes for more interesting reading.
Great. Then I'll go grab an official application.
Well, Alosha has this pet dog you see. His name's Tagarin, and this one time, Alosha brought him backstage. Tagarin took quite a liking to me, so I played with him for a little bit and fed him some treats. Then, the Rokat was out on a mission one day, and even though we were all in disguise, Tagarin recognized me right away.
Just a coincidence, really. We didn't report it to the higher-ups, though, to avoid dealing with the fallout. Like... my job at the theater, for instance. I really needed to make ends meet. By the way, what were you complaining about just before we came in? Did everything go okay with Chuganov?
Everything did not go okay. That's why I was so mad. I tried to make some small talk with him before I went on stage to fish for intel about the East manufacturing plant. But he wouldn't take the bait. No matter what I said, he kept dodging the question, and then he started complaining. He said he didn't appreciate his second-rate seat in the stalls because he usually gets a private. I mean, what did he expect? Everyone knows that if you want a box seat, you buy a ticket well in advance. But instead, he sends me a letter the day before the show, when we're practically sold. I had to juggle things around just to get him a half-decent seat, hoping he would appreciate the gesture enough to share some information. But nope.
Yeah, meeting Tuganov in person has definitely been a disappointing... Oh, you probably don't know who we're talking about, do you? Tuganov was that older guy you were sitting next to today. I'm sure he didn't make a great first impression on you either.
To the citizenry, he's a family man and a kind boss. But our interactions with him tell a very different story. It's one thing to ask for a favor, but take the ticket situation, for instance. I've actually forgot to mention that he's never paid for a single. And another thing, if he's such a big family man, why doesn't he bring his wife and daughter to see the show once in a while? I've never seen them here, not even once.
Calm down, Vodyanitsa. If you won't do it the easy way, we'll have to try the hard way. But first things first. Here's your application form. Go ahead and fill it out.
Looks like I'll need to make a few little tweaks here and there. But other than that, you're good to go. We'll hold on to this for you. Alright. Now that we're officially Rokat comrades, I can tell you. Tuganov is the recently, we've done some recon work at the East manufacturing plant, which pretty much confirms all we need now is some direct evidence to present to the Vetcha, so we can...
That way, the Kresny Crystal can be allocated to where it's needed most.
I was hoping he might let slip during one of our chats, but he's too tight-lipped. We'll have to find another way. I'm meeting another regular theater goer tonight, Mitya.
But Valeri's here too, and he's probably looking for Mitya, so he may end up being a no-show.
Don't you worry. He must know how to dodge Valeri, or he wouldn't be showing up on time for every performance. Mitya is a renowned energy expert. Although we can't get any direct evidence of the excessive energy consumption at the plant, the authorities should take someone like him seriously. So if he starts raising questions about energy use at the East manufacturing plant, there will be a proper investigation. Also, we're not allowed on site, but he has clearance. So all we need is his cooperation. Yeah, so that's the the other thing we're trying to figure out. Still, who knows?
What do you think? Sound like something worth your time?
Okay, in that case, you guys find a seat somewhere nearby. Pretend you're a couple. He's a huge fan.
Sure. Don't worry.
Perfect. You've sold
Okay.
everything.
We come here often, so we shouldn't stand out. Let's sit here. Now, it's up to Vodinitsa. Let's see how the conversation goes.
Mr. Mitia! Over here! Over here!
Oh, sorry. I got a little held up on my way here. Now we have even less time than we planned. Go ahead and order some snacks and drinks. Whatever you like. Let me see. According to my schedule, we still have 25 minutes left.
You're really pressed for time today, huh? I was imagining this would be a leisurely chat. If you'd prefer, we can always reschedule for another afternoon when you have more time.
No need. Getting to meet the lead singer is a very precious opportunity for me. I'm not about to pass it up. I've already had to decline your invitation several times because our schedules rarely align. If I don't grab this chance while it's here, who knows when the next one will come around?
Well, it's very kind of you to make time just for me.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. But Snezhnaya is full of weird and wonderful things like that, so people tend not to bat an eye. I'm sure the same will go for the Eye of Grey and Paimon.
The reason I invited you out for tea and a chat today was to get some feedback from a true fan of the theater.
Well, I genuinely have nothing bad to say. No matter how, maybe it's because the more times I listen, the more details.
Thank you! I'm delighted to hear that! Could you give me any specific examples?
Oh, yeah. The piece you sang today, for example. Beneath the Frozen River? Hey, what's with you? I'm just praising a good performance. I always used to find that such a bleak and lonely song. But the more you listen, the more you realize that it's not as cold and nihilistic as it appears. When you really dig down into it, there's a certain level where you're surprised by the emergence of hope.
Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't expect you to pick up on that. Actually, I only tried out that angle after talking with the composer. Still, Beneath the Frozen River wasn't on today's program.
Oh, really? But it's a classic. You say
almost every time.
Oh. Well then. Let me say
I didn't sing that one today either. My voice wasn't quite up to it, so I switched it out at the last minute.
Oh.
Sorry, Mr. Mitia, but you were at the theater today, yes?
Of course I was. Remember? I said hello to all the troop members before the show started.
So what did Odette sing today?
Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose, of course.
Correct. I see. You find my singing boring, don't you? That's why you don't remember a single song. Looks like I'll need to cut a few from the program next time.
No, that's not it. I swear. All right. I'll be straight with you. I'm sorry. My mind was wandering as you took the stage today. I enjoy watching your shows because the exquisite performances stimulate the mind. It always sparks some inspiration for my research. So, whenever I get stuck at work, I come to the theater for a change of pace. Odette's dance during the elegy of the snow-winged goose today was simply incredible. It got me wondering what she's been going through recently. That look of sheer defiance in the face of utter tragedy? It was so inspiring. Not that I made a ton of progress in the grand scheme of things, but I still think it was productive. By the time I snapped out of it, the entire show had finished.
So what you're saying is, you didn't listen to my singing at all?
Unfortunately not. I'm sorry. I don't know which is more disrespectful. The fact that I don't always come for the show itself, or the fact that I missed your performance.
Seems like things are getting a little awkward.
Mitya just stepped into a conversational minefield. If there's one thing Vodinitsa doesn't like, it's people who show disrespect for her performance. This meeting was so hard to set up. Don't tell me it's alright.
It's fine. I suppose this is affirming in its own way. At least, it shows that our performance really touches people's hearts, right? Don't let it bother you. It serves...
She's showing a lot of restraint.
Well, I'll be sure to let Odette know how much you adored her performance.
Please don't say that. I always loved your performances too. It's just that inspiration struck at the wrong time today.
I know, I can tell. That's why I value your opinion. I'm sure some people can't stand it when others praise their coworkers right to their face.
Fair enough. I still feel good.
But you know what I really can't stand? People who...
Oh, yeah, 100%. There are too many of those people around. By the time they're walking out the door, they've forgotten all... what's...
I don't know if you've heard about the boss of the Eastborough manufacturing plant. He isn't even a theater investor. But he always demands the same privileges as Ashbox tickets only, premium drinks, even the right to request specific songs.
Well played, Vodinitsa. Seems like she's harnessing her rage to steer the conversation back.
Now that you mention it, I've interacted with that guy before. I gotta say, everyone holds him up as an example of a benevolent businessman.
Yeah, he couldn't care less about what's happening on stage. He's just there to flaunt his social status. I hate that I have to prepare programs for guys like, what's the big deal with that factory he runs anyway? I asked around a bit and heard some pretty shocking stories. Sounds like he's just another greedy capitalist.
Oh, really?
Yep, the things people are saying are pretty damning. Low wages, insanely long working hours, equipment running around the clock. And as if that's not bad enough, he also strictly forbids his employees from giving any kind of inter-project stuja has now been extended so many times. We're at the point where crystal rations for the common folk are barely enough to survive on. Yet he even wants to get his greedy hands on them just to boost his own profits. If the rumors are true, he's in serious violation of the law.
Interesting. So you've heard about it too?
What? So it's really true?
Who knows? I've only heard the same rumors you have. But there's no smoke without fire. The Rooster's been coming down on us hard lately, demanding that we track and trace every single batch of Crystal. My coworkers in the Department of Energy have been tearing...
The Rooster? I didn't realize he cared.
Yeah. Even though there are no restrictions on Crystal trading, the poor will wind up freezing to death if we let the rich buy as much as they want. That's clearly looks like we'll need to arrange an investigation into the Eastborough manufacturing plant as soon as possible. I never knew you kept up with current affairs beyond the theater, Miss Vodinitsa. You really have a heart for the common person. Most in your position have long been indifferent to the plight of humans.
Well, those of us who choose to live in human cities are naturally going to pay attention to any significant upheaval. Isn't the Rooster a Fae himself? I'm just surprised to learn that even someone with as much experience as him is getting so stressed out over Project Stuja. What is the end goal of this project anyway?
This is it.
I'm sure Mitya can sense on some level that she's fishing for information. But since their conversation is so relaxed, he might just let something slip.
It's stressing me out too. If I only made better progress with my research, things wouldn't have dragged on this long.
Oh, So your work is related to Project Snezhnaya?
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source. Not the power of the light realm and not elemental energy. Right now, the only thing that meets the requirements is the power contained within stellar linchpins. But harnessing that power is costly. Each step of the process requires enormous amounts of Kresnik crystal. From extraction to quantification to attempted conversion, progress has been painfully slow, and the team is getting burned out as time goes by. Sometimes I see people staring into space as if in a trance.
Could it be that this new energy source has...
No, it doesn't affect us, because the energy is used for...
I got it. Stop choking me.
Sorry. I can't talk about that. I think we're all just exhausted. We've been working ourselves to the bone for so long.
Seems like I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have gotten so mad at you for not paying attention during the show.
Don't worry about it. I count myself lucky, to be honest. I don't envy the people who work closely with the Tsaritsa herself. I'd much rather be in my current position. At least I don't have to shoulder any major responsibilities.
So they're trying to develop a completely new kind of energy. Yeah. Censored.
Oh, dear. It looks like my time is up. I'm afraid I have to leave. I'm so sorry. We ended up barely talking about the theater.
That's okay. It was a pleasure chatting with you, really.
Let's make up for it next time. Yeah, hopefully once the work pressure eases up a little, I'll be able to focus more on the performance, and then we'll have more to discuss. We touched on some confidential issues today. I'd be grateful if you could keep it between us.
That could have gone worse.
Nice job. Why was Mitya in such a hurry to leave?
Sorry, routine inspection.
Okay, let's go.
So he wasn't rushing to get back to work. He must have calculated that Larry would find him here in exactly 25 minutes.
One of the main duties of the Special Assignments Battalion is to ensure that important figures stick to their schedules.
All right, time for us to get going too. Excuse me, check please.
We'll settle our check too then.
Oh, hello there. Mr. Mitya paid the check before leaving. He also asked me to pass on a message. He said it was an honor to share his tea break with Miss Vodyanitsa and her two friends.
Wait.
So he knew we were here all along? This raises a lot of questions. Did he deliberately mention the new energies? Maybe his work isn't confidential after all. Maybe the key here is the purpose of this new energy. I get... Vodyanitsa and Alosha have left.
Yep. You're back! You're pretty early today. Paimon was just gonna mention that. After she woke up today, Paimon felt like her temperature was completely back to normal. But still, there's some good news. Paimon thinks she might have figured out. It's like there's some kind of mysterious power affecting Paimon. Paimon's never felt this as she only started feeling this way since we arrived in Snezhnaya.
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source.
Could that have something to do with it?
What is it? You're making that face again. You know, the one you get whenever you have a light bulb moment? So, they're trying to develop a new energy source here? And you think that might be why Paimon... Well, Mitya denied that the energy they're researching has any side effects. Although, he did say that people working on the project have been having, and even so, those are completely different symptoms from Paimon's. It's pretty faint, so it's kind of hard to tell. But if anything, it seems like it's coming from... Sure, Paimon's really there. But how, though? The robot only has a limited amount of intel. Oh, great point! They argue about Project Snezhnaya every day. If we could sit in on one of your sessions, we might pick up some new good idea. Oh yeah, while you were out, Paimon tried all the yummiest looking desserts in the Potpourri restaurant. This one seemed right up your alley. So, Paimon saved some for you. Come try it once you finish writing your letter.
Alosha replied. Time to get ready. Then head to this.
Welcome to the event. Thank you for completing.
Miss Woody, sorry, I'm not taking interviews today. Oh, good, you're here. The session's about to begin.
Please wait, Miss Woody. Could you introduce me to your friend?
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and consumption of Kresnik Crystal show clear signs of stabilizing. The relevant agencies have assessed the present circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained until the next period. For detailed statistics, I would refer you to the industry reports that have been distributed. It should also be noted that while the recent blizzards have led to a significant increase in people's energy expenses, this is strictly a short-term phenomenon associated with Her Majesty the Tsaritsa is giving her full attention to this matter. We should have every confidence that it will be dealt with swiftly and conclusively. A financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report, courtesy of Pantalone.
They cover the same old ground every single time. The rooster never seems to mind, but there's a general lack of trust. people aren't seeing any tangible benefits that affect them directly. Of course, none of that will be reflected in...
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard copy documents, I could have at least made something up. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the kvass. Ever read it? Best-selling newspaper.
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to sell from stalls on the street.
Okay then. Best-selling street stall newspaper in town. Still counts.
Order! We will now open the floor to the representatives. If there are no further substantive issues to discuss, we will then proceed to a vote on this motion.
Snezhnaya has a long tradition of treating members of the Fatui armed forces and their dependents favorably. But recent surveys show that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 15% less crystal than the average civilian family in Snezhnaya. It's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now. There needs to be a clear and consistent rationale behind how crystal is allocated, or we will...
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle. In the real world, fairness is relative. You appear to treat resource allocation as a simple function of production and population. So what about when the equipment used in production breaks down? Have you factored that into your equation? And do you even know how long it's been since Snezhnaya last conducted a census?
If I knew the answers to questions like that, I'm sure I'd be a very wealthy man. And I doubt I'd be going by child. I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I raised. Or do you wish to deny that favorable treatment for Fatui dependents is our long...
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. That seems to be a running theme in the anti-Project Snezhnaya cohort. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. That's what they seem to think. But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change whether Project Snezhnaya continues or not.
So you have no intention whatsoever of finding a solution to this problem?
On the contrary, I'm the only one here who ever brings solutions.
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regraders struck back with style and a war of words ensued. Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support? The people have spoken! Regrader delivered a death rebuttal to Child, as we've seen so many times before. But how could Child take this lying down?
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
However this reporter wants to spin things, I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the Northland Bank when we first met in Liyue. So surely their relationship can't always have been this strained.
You two are getting off topic. Let's focus on what the data is saying.
Mr. Pantalone, may I speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to save my breath.
Crystal distribution policy undergoes modifications with each new period. The ultimate goal being to find the most reasonable method of allocation, which I believe is what Mr. Tartaglia also seeks. But I fear many may have been misled on this topic by extremist activists. To clarify, Project Snezhnaya is not the root cause of the problem. It is merely a framework for resource distribution. The most recent reports all point to Snezhnaya's resilience and adaptability during this period of fine-tuning, and give clear indications that a distribution framework is improving with each iteration. To make drastic adjustments without first considering the risks would likely do more harm than good. It would be a waste of the hard-won experience we've gained to date.
Renowned scholar of finance, Arapov spoke up to clarify the fiscal logic, clearly alluding to social organizations like the Rokot in his words. With the notorious Lelex still active to this day, should the Rokot be held responsible? No, there is someone else to blame.
She's just rephrasing what Mr. Pantalone said. The Rokot are the critics he accuses of taking no responsibility for their actions. As for Lelex, you won't have heard of him yet. He's currently the most famous member of the Rokot. Well, more like infamous. Ending Project Snezhnaya has become an obsession for him. Unlike the more decent ones among us, he believes that votes in the Vetcha are all that matter. So whether it's threats, coercion, or bribery, he'll use whatever means necessary to get people to change their vote.
And since we're already on the subject, what do you think of Lelek's methods? Are you for or against? Well, whatever the story is, his actions benefit us all. We stand with Lelek.
At least someone here wants to take this discussion seriously. I've been considering that issue myself. What you really need is more precise regional data, right? I think it would be easiest to let the Fatui handle it, since they're already in charge of crystal shipments anyway. We may as well get them to collect some data while they're at it. Whatever you need, you can ask the Fatui to look into it for you. In terms of supervision, I think the Snezhnaya would be a good fit. I had hoped to discuss this with Miss Vesna, but sadly, she's not present.
I would be happy to take a note of your suggestions and present them to Commander Vesna for a decision upon her return. The Commander has always taken a keen interest in Project Snezhnaya. However, given the Snezhnaya's demanding workload, I'm afraid it may prove difficult for them to provide any practical support.
Let us refrain from jumping to conclusions until a concrete and actionable plan is in place.
My apologies, Lord Brewster.
There are numerous issues to address here, including manpower, time sensitivity, and reporting lines. Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. Follow the usual procedure, and it can be raised as a new motion for all parties to evaluate at the appropriate time.
In that case, I'd like to share one thought before the proposal is drafted. The issue of time sensitivity was raised just now, which I presume relates. In fact, the Energy Commission already collects regular statistics on each urban center and its surrounding area. Would these be of any use?
That's a good idea. I read every issue of Svietlolai report, and although my focus is mostly on the section about equipment...
Be that as it may, does no one see an issue with using local data to determine crystal quotas? In the long term, it seems like a very risky solution.
Not if they are used purely for reference. So long as we have the report from the Northland Bank's headquarters to corroborate it, no one will be able to fool me.
Very well, then. It appears that this arrangement is acceptable to all parties.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The members reached a provisional consensus on the issue of improving treatment for Fatui soldiers. Today, the prima donna of the Korolievsky troupe attended a session of the Snezhnaya Vetcha in the company of a dashing young man. The question on all our minds is, what is the true nature of their relationship?
Write anything like that again, and I'm revoking your permission to interview the troupe. Got it?
Now then, if there are no further contributions from those present, we shall proceed to the final vote.
Hey, check it out! What made him vote against? Why now?
The votes have been tallied. Those in favor of continuing Project Stuzha total 61%, securing a clear majority.
That was too close. The margin has shrunk yet again. Chuganov was a huge loss.
I'll bet Lelek is behind this. I wonder how Pulcinella will respond this time.
Chuganov. I see. Lelek strikes again.
Yes. Go, Lelek. Once Project Stuzha is defeated, our unwavering support at Bring Out the Kvass will finally pay off when we make our comeback. I can taste our victory already!
In accordance with the result of this vote, Project Stuzha will remain in effect until the next Vecha period. Finally, may I remind us all, we debate only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the aurora shine ever on, and the tundra always stand firm. The session is concluded.
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting Chuganov to vote against Project Stuzha. Well, in principle, Snezhnaya's business and political elites ought to be the ones least likely to oppose it. As we heard, Project Stuzha is basically just a resource distribution framework that requires everyone to cut back during the winter. But even if the policy got cancelled, the Tsaritsa's energy needs wouldn't suddenly go down. The extra demand from the public would have to be filled from somewhere. So logically, the factories would have to take the hit. I got a letter from Mr. Mitya just before today's session. He said he's confirmed that there are issues around overtime and excessive energy consumption at the Iskra manufacturing plant. In a situation like this, once the Rooster receives the report, he'll order the factory to halt production and submit to an investigation before issuing a penalty. But that's a week-long process, and thus didn't make it onto the Vecha agenda this time. I don't think he suspects anything so far. Exactly. And as you know, he's a very selfish person. I was originally gonna try and flip him after he received notice of the official sanctions. My plan was to convince him that rather than just sit back and take the hit while his factory stopped production, he'd be better off voting to end Project Stuzha. At least that way, no one else would be able to make any money either, because all the factories would suddenly have more limited energy to work with. But now, he's already voted against it, which means someone must have used more forceful means to change his vote. Just like what— yeah. No one knows why Lelek is so obsessed with ending Project Stuzha, but by the looks of it, he's inching closer and closer to success.
Lelek must have strong motivations, given how he'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. Maybe my next step should be to
Oh, right. What are your plans for the rest of the day?
Hey, comrade. I noticed you were here during the debate.
I didn't take you for a political
Greetings, Harbingers. I just happened to have some free time today, and my new friend here thought it might be fun to check out the Vecha.
Ah, Odette must have introduced you. Looks like you two are getting along pretty well.
I'll leave you to catch up. I should head back to the troop.
Sure. Break a leg and... Thought it might be fun to check out the Vecha, did you? Things are never that simple with you, Traveler. There's no way you're here for kicks and giggles. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah. To some, he's a captivating enigma. To others, he's the bane of their existence. No one ever thought that some anonymous nobody from the Rokot could cause such a stir. Huh? You want to look into Lelik? Then I'm sure his days of anonymity are numbered. What do you think, Snezhnaya?
Fine by me, I guess. If the Traveler actually manages to expose Lelik, it'll be doing Pulcinella a favor. In return, it seems fair to let him in on what we've learned so far.
My thoughts exactly. Sharing is caring. Head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lelik. It's easier to just pull the records than go through the rigmarole of...
As you command, child, sir.
In that case, since we're going to be
One common thread among the many incidents Lelik has been involved in is that the victims are all too scared to share any real information about him. Clearly, he must have threatened them in some way. His modus operandi is to silently infiltrate the scene and leave a threatening letter behind. But neither the letters nor the crime scenes ever yield any clues to his... So all these files have to offer...
If nothing else.
Yes, and to that point, somehow, if he can get in... It's hard to believe that a human being could pull this off flawlessly every time. So they switched the focus of the investigation. Careful. Don't underestimate...
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human.
No, not as strong as me. You'll never find the culprit with criteria like that. Let's go with... a little weaker than me. There's no denying that Master is strong, but meticulous. We can only hope.
He's just trying to find a reference point. Stop getting fixated on who's stronger than who.
But that's the most important thing. In my opinion, anyway.
Odette? Yeah.
Except she's Fatui. So
no, wait a moment. Maybe we should interrogate that assumption.
What do you mean? Which assumption?
Her Fatui identity doesn't necessarily exonerate her. And when you think about it, the Rokot would be precisely what she needs to conceal her identity.
Plus, she wouldn't need to be such a pro at covering her tracks. She'd already know where the Fatui will be and when, so she could choose the perfect time to act. Oh, yikes. I was just thinking out loud. Why is this starting to sound like such a convincing still? What reason could Odette possibly have for trying to call off Project Snezhnaya?
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette best. Unfortunately, Rosaline used to open up to her in private about her struggles with Odette. As I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino is quite a lot better with children than Rosaline was. She gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before leaving. So I suppose there were at least no lifelong regrets left behind. Beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. But I do know that the reason being, her father passed away during the early stages of the project. That was back before it had been named Project Snezhnaya, when things were still being worked out. But in essence...
The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette. Is that such a surprise? If you cast your mind back, you may remember that Rosaline and I weren't exactly close. We had tea together a few times, but that was about it.
Odette's past is no secret. Her father was a Fatus, and her mother was a very famous ballerina. On the surface, it looks like she followed right in her parents' footsteps. But the truth is quite a different story. After her father passed away on a mission, her mother was overcome with grief. She broke her leg during a performance and could never dance again. Odette was only interested in ballet at the time, But this tragedy left the family with both breadwinners gone. They could barely make ends meet. Per Capitano's policy, family members of Fatui who died in the line of duty had to be appropriately accommodated and provided with adequate assistance. So, regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's livelihood. In the end, the solution they agreed upon was to have Odette join the Fatui.
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess. In that sense, still, she must have had mixed feelings about it, right? If she doesn't even—
It's just a theory. A possibility. But as a motive, that said, I have no idea where Odette's head is at right now. Plenty of people were on bad terms with Rosaline. I have no intention of trying to figure it all out. Yes, but there's not much point in discussing that now.
Yeah, back to Lelik. Since our investigations so far have turned up next to nothing, we've got nothing to lose by trying a new angle. Funnily enough, Tonya and I had actually made plans to go to the which means you can go in my place.
Spirit Seeker. But Odette's been practicing it diligently, and it's finally ready for a return to—
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate.
I've actually seen it several times before. The story's pretty straightforward. The lead character follows a trail of clues left behind by a spirit, gradually recovering her memories along the way. It's a tale of love and regret. So not exactly reinventing the wheel, at least by today's standards. But when that classic melody kicks in, and the lead character begins to dance. Not an easy dance to do justice to, though. I know it's always been Odette's dream to perform this piece, but I'm not sure she's really ready.
In that case, I think that even if she is Lelik, we should wait until her performance is over before— I'll let you take it from here, comrade.
You made a ton of progress today. It's good that everything's going so smoothly. Next step is to head back to the theater and get a clear answer from Odette. Way. Maybe this is going too far, but like, with everything she's managed to do so far, wouldn't it make more sense in theory to be even more, you know, heavy-handed? Why leave a letter when she could, well, we know there are plenty of other ways to keep people in line, right? The point is, she could have gone further, but she didn't. So, if it is her, she's got some principles at least. Can do is follow the facts wherever they lead. No change, really. But that thing— Hearing you talk about your day makes Paimon itch for an—
Yeah, I wish you could be there too. I'm not used to adventuring alone. But don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this.
Guess it's just one of those things. Never mind. Paimon will behave.
If Odette is Lelik, she may well have inside information on Project Stuja. Her father was involved with the project's early implementation and tragically died in the process. Now, she's dedicated herself to bringing it to an end. It's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without knowing anything at all about the Tsaritsa's true intentions. When she spoke to us as a member of the Fatui, how much did she let up? Only time will tell.
Hey look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day ahead.
Ooh, it sure is cold today. I wonder how much heavier the snow's gonna get. Here to see Odette? I just need to see your tickets for the preview. Perfect. Thank you. I'll hold on to your tickets. Come on in. It's freezing outside.
I think I'll leave the Lelik question until after the show's over. Then I'll go find Odette. Child said he was originally going to come with Tonya. So I'm guessing Tonya's already here somewhere. Is there anyone here who looks like a Tonya? Let's see. It's a small audience. Makes sense for a preview. But wait, I do see some familiar faces. Mr. Chuganov's back again by the looks of it. Oh, and is that Mitya? And that Fatui officer, Valeri. Guess he must be playing cat and mouse with Mitya again. Oh no, it looks like the show's starting and I still haven't found Tonya. Never mind. I'll just have to take a seat for now and see if I can catch her after.
members of the audience. I'm a staff member here at the theater. Today's performance was a very special one for us, as it marks the first attempt in a long time to revive the classic Snezhnayan ballet, Spirit Seeker. To commemorate this occasion, we would love to take a group photo of the cast, crew, and audience members present today. Could I kindly ask the audience to please come up onto the stage?
All right, everyone, huddle in a little more. Now, look at the camera. 1, 2, 3.
Are you quite satisfied, Mr. Energy Scientist? I rather hope you don't have any other escape plans to add to my workload today.
What are you talking about, Sarge? This was simply my way of inviting you to watch Miss Odette's new show with me. And wasn't the performance spectacular? In the future, I heartily encourage you to take a leaf out of my book. Find some soul-nourishing pastimes to enrich your time outside of work.
It was indeed a fine performance, but I must correct you on one point. This is not time outside of work. These are working hours.
Working hours and non-working hours are just a social construct. Human technology can never advance if we're too rigid in our thinking, Sarge.
May we leave now?
Already? I mean, off we go then, Sarge. Back to the land.
That has to be her. She's the only person in the audience around Tonya's age. Excuse me, are you Tonya?
Huh?
Your brother's busy today, so I took his ticket. Don't worry about him, he's fine.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong?
No, I'm fine.
Maybe she caught a cold on the way here.
I haven't seen snow like this in a long, long time.
I know. It's completely white out there. You can barely see a thing. I've never seen such heavy...
Let's wait it out for now. You'd be lucky not to freeze to death in this weather.
Well, look at that. Maybe we shouldn't be in such a rush to get back after all.
Let's wait and see.
Why do you need to take it so seriously?
Come to think of it, there's a small inn not far from here that always keeps plenty of extra blankets on hand for guests. I know the route well. Shall I head over and borrow a few blankets? That way, anyone in a hurry can wrap up warm for the journey back. Just remember to return them next...
Sir, there's really no need to go to all that trouble.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Wait here, I'll be right...
What a kind gentleman. Very good. My wife and daughter are...
So... Are you expecting us to go back to the Armory Palace wrapped in blankets too?
Don't worry about that. I made arrangements in advance. Should I not return to the Armory Palace within 3.5 hours after Operation Showtime begins, an armed squad will be sent to collect us. They will escort us back. You are one of our key military personnel, so any weather-related risks must be eliminated.
Operation Showtime? So, wait. Every single time you drag me back to work when I sneak out, it's a whole official operation? I gotta say, you've really turned this into quite a moral dilemma for me.
It's snowing pretty hard out there. I think you should stay here for now. You seem a little under the weather.
Sure. My brother might come pick me up in a bit anyway.
Time to get to work. I should head backstage and find Odette. I need to...
Excuse me, are you looking for someone? Ah, a fan, I'm guessing? Today is just a dress rehearsal, so Miss Odette won't be meeting with fans. She's Sorry, but that area is currently off limits to everyone except the cast and crew.
Bad timing, I guess. Well, I might as well stick around. I doubt Odette will be leaving before the snow lets up in any case.
What happened to the gentleman who went to fetch the blankets? How has he still not returned?
I was thinking the same thing. It's still snowing very hard. Do you think something might have happened to him?
Whatever the reason for his delay, I must say I hate nothing more than people who make empty promises and fail to deliver. Well, I have to treat my employees like that on occasion, but that's different.
You seem anxious, Mr. Valeri.
It's been nearly 4 hours since I left the armory. The army should have arrived to extract us by now. They know how much I despise tardiness and disrupted plans. There's simply no reason that they shouldn't have shown up by now, barring exceptional circumstances.
Surely a snowstorm like this one counts as such.
Few things in this world can stop the Snezhnayan army, Mr. Mitya. And a snowstorm is certainly not one of them.
Why don't you go out and take a look? They might be right outside, waiting for your orders before they dare come in.
An absurd hypothesis. I have no intention of leaving your side for even a moment until I have escorted you back to the army.
This doesn't look like an ordinary snowstorm to me. That guy who left earlier. It looked like he just vanished into thin air. Either that, or my eyes were playing tricks on me.
A man-eating snowstorm? Come on. Night has...
Traveler, didn't know you were coming today. How come you didn't say anything? Oh, right. Whoa, that's quite a snowstorm out there. I've been working backstage this whole time.
Is weather like this rare?
Yeah, snow like this. I'm sure I've seen it out in the wild before, but never in the city. Actually, I take that back. I don't think I've seen snow this bad even in the wild. This is something else. It's not normal.
If even Alosha thinks snow like this isn't normal, could it have anything to do with that monster people have been talking about?
We can't stay cooped up here forever. No need. I have plenty of experience with snowstorms. Besides, I work here while you're an audience member. Everyone by the door. Careful not to let the snow soak into your shoes. In a snowstorm, you gotta look after your toe.
Heading out, my man? Be careful. I've been told the snowstorm eats...
Thanks for the advice.
He's back! He's back! How was...
Did you see any soldiers patrolling the...
Something about this storm isn't right. There's no one out there. I didn't see a single soul. And something in... This isn't your average snowstorm. I suspect it might be related to recent events in our nation. I strongly advise everyone to stay here until the snow dies down.
Are you serious? So all of us are trapped here now? That sounds a little far-fetched to me.
You want to go outside and see? I, for one, am not risking my neck in that weather.
This just turned from a minor delay into a major hassle.
We can only hope that our friend who went to fetch the blankets just ditched us and went home.
Is it really that bad? But my daughter, I won't be able to read her a bedtime story tonight.
Huh? What are you all still doing here? Whoa! It's snowing hard! So now we're stuck here? Oh, this is terrible! Luckily, on the bright side, the theater's always well stocked with supplies. If the snow still doesn't let up as we get into the evening, you can spend the night here, everyone. At least, I assume that's alright? Odette?
Fine by me.
This seems like a sensible backup plan under the circumstances.
What are you staring outside and praying for, my man? You anxious to get...
Oh, your majesty the Tsaritsa, I beg you, please do not let this is a golden opportunity to spend the night under the same roof as the 2 top stars in all of Snezhnaya. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I think I've changed my mind.
Sir, if you so much as look at us funny, you'll be seeing stars in a whole other way. Behave yourself.
It's getting colder. We need to keep the indoor temperature up. Close the door and lock it tight. Let's head somewhere warmer.
What's up? Pick up the pace. Time for more snow, damselettes.
A little closer. Otherwise, we won't get that big fellow in shot.
Much bigger than even the Saurians back at our tribe.
Yeah.
A little closer. Otherwise, we won't get that big fellow.
Phew, our luck wasn't too bad this
Much
time.
bigger than even the Saurians back at our tribe.
Show me what you
right
got.
now. Emerge.
Just you?
What the?
Right here.
You wanna fight?
Emerge.
Let's go.
Show me what you
Fighting frog.
Is this an answer from this world?
steps. Right now, right here, right now.
Learned. Learned my lesson.
Traveler? Shh, I'm hunting. Don't look so surprised. There are all kinds of prey out in the Snezhnaya. Well, all you need to know, they aren't legitimate organizations like the Fatui, but their roots run just as... Here in Snezhnaya, most things considered prey are dangerous to get involved. Rumor has it that some of these gangland folks have connections, all for smuggling, of course. Don't worry, once the crystal is... And as for me, they can't... Just doing what needs to be done. It's always good to have extra... Good boy. Sit. And how about Claw? So, the gang's heavy... Still can't count it. Looks like I'll have to go and check for myself. Traveler, stay hidden nearby with Tugarin for now. Excuse me.
Where'd you come from, kid?
I'm just a hunter.
Save it, kid.
All right. 2 outside the door, 3 inside. No need to worry about runners after all.
The heck do you mean by...
Like I said.
There's the gunshot. It's go time.
Show me what you got.
Emerge. Right now. Right here.
Take a break.
Let's search the place and see where they hid the crystal.
Huh? All that work for this?
Not a single piece in here. What were they guarding this cabin? A key and a card? Hold on to the card for now. As for the... Makes sense if you think about it. Hoarding Chris... Sure. There's nothing here. This ice. No. The 2 safeguards in a row. Must be quite the hoard. No problem. Sure enough, there's a path. Traveler, let's go. On reflection, that was a risky move I made back there. Diving headfirst into a suspicious cave isn't how an experienced hunter should operate.
Stay back!
Wait, what? How are their gang members here too? Not just yet. Not until...
I said stay back! All of you! I've got the detonator in my hand!
Hey, cool it. I told you. Turn around.
Not a chance! Anyone who finds treasure out in the wild gets a share of it. Old Sire's rules. The East Myloff family will get their fair share for Old Sire's sake, but the rest, we've earned it! You think you could just show up here and expect us to walk away empty-handed? That's not what the rules say!
They're arguing over how to split the loot?
Oh, you think you've hit the jackpot, huh? All you've managed to do is block the way in. Bet you tried to get in, but failed, didn't you? You ain't getting nothing.
So what? We found this place first. There's gotta be a finder's fee for that, at least. Old Sire!
Old Sire is dead. Or were you hoping Zmi would pick up where he left off? Huh?
What about Lady Voronina? You saying you're not scared of her either?
Oh,
Look, The only reason any of us are able to... Times have been tough for everyone. I get that. But...
All right, so we're doing this the hard way.
Don't you dare try anything and...
Stop! You really want to die here?
We're all playing the same game, so don't take me for a fool. I know you left some men behind to seal the cave entrance from the outside when you came in. The boys on lookout told me. You never meant to let us get out alive. If it wasn't for these explosives, you'd... We weren't the ones who stopped playing nice first. Didn't think you'd go this far for these antiques. But it looks like they'll sell for a lot more than I thought. And we want our share.
Antiques? Sell them? You short son.
Oh, save it.
Looks like we've run into another bunch of valuable antiques, apparently. We can't just hand antiques out to the villagers directly, though. We'll have to find a way to trade them in for Mora. Leave this to me. Go, Tagarin.
Show me what you got. What? We got company? What?
Hey, tough guy.
Gotcha.
Just you?
How tiresome.
Cover me!
Drat! Leave him be. Let's go take a look inside. Antiques was right. If you're curious, I know a guy in the row cop. This thing clearly isn't going it, but with this barrier blocking the way, we can't get any.
Shadow Realm barrier device detected. With the right access card, it may...
An access card? Wait, that card we found earlier. Everything else aside, still. Clearly this card is very important to them. I just wonder why they'd exercise. Guess we'll just have to head inside and take a look. We can start. What is it? It's clearly not from this era either. Nothing else around here looks that valuable. We gotta make this hunt work. I remember now. Not long ago, a Fey gang was going around buying up blueprints from the Bielitsar's time. Pretty sure the drawing on the blueprint was this exact device. Not sure. Since the Fey gangs value this device so much, we might as... so warm. Some sort of furnace, maybe?
Huh. Looks like the intel was good. A prototype Kresnik's torch. Tech from that age is what the big boss needs for the plot.
Tagarin, don't move.
Smart choice if you have. Now, the moment I let this thing go, it's.
So you came right back here without calling for backup?
Shut it! My men were wiped out, and I lost the access card. After all the manpower, the boss will have my head. I'm not leaving without that card! Don't tell me you're after this technology, too. Oh, I get it. Some other group sent you, huh? Who was it?
You're overcomplicating this. I have nothing to do with either of them.
Don't play games with me. After the old man died, the High Table decided we'd outlived our usefulness. Nowadays...
Tagarin, down.
What the?
Down means to prepare to attack. Sit is staying put.
Who sent you?
No one. I'm just a hunter. So it's a prototype Kresnik's torch? Well, it really is unique. This place makes a... This looked touching. Oh, I'm sure that if we kept... But I'm also sure that would involve pointing my gun at more people along. Question for you. What do you think with the sprawling wilderness before... So? You're the most famous member of the Adventurers Guild after... Of course. Anyway, turns out there's another exit here. I only noticed it when we were escorting the villagers over. Might be useful. We did good today. Thanks for all pleasantries aside. Here's your payment, so please take it. This pedestal looks interesting.
Well, for starters, I can definitely confirm that it... Hey there, I'm Trapeznikov.
Remember when I said I was gonna... So anyway.
Looks to me like some sort of device for...
Establishing user...
Looks like we can use this pedestal to...
Great.
This access card of yours is real. I expect we'll need to unlock the relevant clearance first, though. You want me to teach?
Pick up the pace. Huh? All that work for this. Take a break. Come on, keep up.
Who goes there looking for trouble?
Fighting frog!
How tiresome.
Just you blade!
Certainly went out of of your way for this, didn't you? Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Yeah. Take a break. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Time for more snow, damselettes.
Fine.
Emerge.
Encase! Gotta...
Shut up! Run faster.
Is this an answer from this world? A reward on the road.
Really want to try this sled.
Right here. Emerge. Life goes on.
A reward on the road.
Right here. Emerge.
Cryostorm!
I'll keep this close. A reward on the road. Is this an answer from this world?
Strange footsteps. Right now.
So we're doing
emerge.
this the hard way.
Right
Let's
now.
go.
Wheel of life.
Fighting frog!
You win this. A reward on the road.
Strange footsteps. Rise.
Fine.
Shut up. Run. Learned my lesson.
I'll keep this close.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Shut up! Crying. Just you?
Is this an answer from this world?
Right here. Right now. Emerge. Right here, right now. So, what's inside? Not that I care. How tiresome. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Life goes on. Time for more snow, damselettes.
Okay, faster. Faster? Okay, faster. Faster? Faster? Okay, faster. Faster? Okay, faster.
Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Yeah. Huh? Huh? All that work for this. How tiresome. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Come on, keep up. So, what's inside? Take a break?
I never thought these hobos would live to see this.
How tiresome. I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two. Come on, keep up. Take a break? Pick up the pace. How tiresome.
keep this close.
Take a break. Pick up the pace. How tiresome. Emerge, right here. Right now. Wheel of life. Take a break. Huh? All that work for this. How tiresome. Pick up the pace. Pick up... Take a break. How tiresome. Take a break.
Strange footsteps. Right here. Strange footsteps.
Fine.
What a mist right now.
Go on, open it up. Show me what's inside.
Right here.
Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Certainly went out of your way for this, didn't you? It's all yours. So, what's inside? Not that I can...
Right now. Wheel of life. Right here. Life goes on.
keep this close.
Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Yeah. How tiresome. Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Huh? All that work for this? Certainly went out of your way for this, didn't you? It's all your pick up the pace.